Get out the way!
Hi, annyeong everyone! My name is Roxane and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been to my channel before. I basically do videos about my life in Korea, or just vlogging weekly. Just to give you a quick description of myself, I'm a regular international student in Korea University. I've been living in Korea for the past 3 years now. It's going to be 3 years in September. I started off as a student at language school and ended up becoming a university student, so that's where I am today. I basically just vlog my life. I try to upload every Sunday, so basically that gives me enough time during the week to get a lot of content of what I do, or not a lot of content because I don't have a life, but I upload every Sunday. Now this Sunday is going to be a little bit special because I don't actually have a weekly vlog this week because I went to Busan for about 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I decided to just make one video or maybe 2 videos depending on how long it is about my trip to Busan. So I decided to do a little bit easier video today for you guys and do a story time video. I've accumulated some interesting stories over the past 3 years. Get yourself some tea, get yourself a snack, sit down, sit tight, and just enjoy the story. As you can tell from the title, today's video is going to be about that one time I had a drunk guy next to me on the plane. Where do I start? This was my second time coming back to Korea, and it already starts off really well, let me tell you. I don't have a lot of luck in planes. I love flying, I love traveling, but planes and I just... My hometown from where I used to go to was across Canada, which means that I had to take 3 planes and 2 connections, which makes sense. 3 planes, 2 connections. I used Air Canada. I've never had a bad Air Canada flight, but I have had a lot of delays. I had, I think, about an hour and a half in Toronto, I believe, and then only 45 minutes between my Toronto flight and my international flight in Vancouver. As everyone who has ever traveled or been on a connecting flight, 45 minutes, you're basically sprinting through the airport. It's already starting well. My flight leaves when it's supposed to, but then for some reason it's late. It's about, I think it was 45 minutes late to my connecting flight, which is fine because I had about an hour and a half, 2 hours at Toronto. I get to my terminal and I get on the plane to go to Vancouver, and that plane is late by an hour. So at this point I'm like, oh my god, I've missed my flight to Korea. As soon as I land, I connect my phone to the internet, and bless my mother. My mother is just on top of things. I already get a message from her saying, I already talked to the airlines, you just have to go to the front desk and get your tickets for a hotel stay. They've already rebooked your flight apparently. And like, I was like, oh my god, I was so happy. I took my stuff and casually make my way to the Air Canada desk. But it's one of those situations where I landed and I'm pretty sure it was lunchtime. So when I got there, there were 2 people working, and then 1 person left to go have lunch. You have 2 lines of people suddenly merging into one, so it takes twice as long to get to the person. So at this point, I think I waited maybe like 20 minutes. Okay, I'll give myself 15 minutes. I talk to the lady and she sends me to another booth. I go to the other booth and I'm waiting maybe another 10 minutes. Keep in mind, my flight was supposed to leave probably 30 to 45 minutes before this. I'm like, yeah, long gone. I'm just gonna wait to get my tickets and to get my voucher for a hotel and my new ticket. I get to the second line and I'm like, hi, my name is Roxane. Here's my ticket and my passport. My flight was late, so I missed my flight to South Korea. And she's like, okay, great, thank you very much. And then she's like, Roxane, you're going to Seoul, South Korea. Yes, that is correct. It's written on my ticket. And you're supposed to take the Mama flight, which was supposed to leave 45 minutes ago. Once again, yes, it's written on my ticket. Psh. Hi, I've got Roxane on the flight to South Korea. I got her with me right now. Uh-huh. Okay, great, thanks. Oh, actually, the flight hasn't left. They've been waiting for you. What? Because this flight wasn't a flight of like 100 people. It was like a double-decker. This was from Vancouver to South Korea. Wait, they've been waiting for me for the past 45 minutes? I was like, wait. So that means I don't need the voucher, but my mom already got me a voucher, and she was like, okay, so just come with me and I'll take you to the gate. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And she actually, guys, I felt so good. She drove me in one of those, you know, those beep beep, those like car things that drive through the airport. I sat in the front and I had my bags with me, and she was like, get out the way. No, not really. I wish it was. And then I get to the gate and there's one hostess waiting for me. Hi, sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm the one who's late. Man, guys, I don't know if you guys know the feeling of being stared at by an entire plane of ajashi and ajumas. I was so intimidated, and I'm 18 at this point, so fresh, so young. I sit down at the seat, and immediately the main guy of the story, he's next to me.
So you're the one we've been waiting for the past 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Wow, well, I'm glad you could make it.
Thanks, me too. Okay. That's just the beginning of the story. And the flight takes off, and so from Vancouver to Seoul, I believe it's an 11-hour flight. I don't remember if it's longer or shorter, but it's an 12-hour flight. I start talking with this man, or actually he starts talking with me. He just wants to get to know more about me. Where are you from? What's your name? I told him that I was actually studying at Yonsei University at the language school. And he was like, oh wow, I'm actually a professor there. Disclaimer, this man was very nice. I have nothing against this man. It was just an unfortunate circumstance. He was saying how he was a professor in psychology. And you know, I thought that was pretty cool. What a coincidence. Out of the entire plane, the man that I was sitting next to just so happened to be a professor at the school that I went to. And so he's just talking to me, and we get really deep. Some of the stuff he told me on that flight, I still remember to this day. And it's actually some things that I still apply to my life right now. So I'm really glad that I did meet him, because I had a very interesting conversation. But then the flight attendants are coming around the aisles asking us for, you know, do you want a drink, sir, ma'am? I don't know, ramen. He actually meets a flight attendant that he was friends with before. He gets up from the seat and he just hangs out with the flight attendant. We were right near the bathrooms, and you know that little flight attendant area where they have the food and everything? And he was just hanging out there. You know, maybe an hour passes by, 2 hours pass by, and then he comes back. Woof, man. And you guys probably know what it's like to sit next to someone who just reeks of alcohol. I just thought to myself, oh no. Oh, please. He stumbles across me, fell in his seat, and he was just grumbling to himself and swaying and, please don't get sick. Like, the bathroom's right behind me. Just, I don't need someone to throw up on me today. He was just there. I could see him. He was maybe like 20 minutes passed by. And then I feel a tap on my knee, and he's trying to tell me something, so I take my earphones off and I get to the bathroom, and I was like, yes, you can. So I get up out of my seat to give him more space to go. And he gets up and he moves across the seat, and poor guy, he stumbles and he falls to the floor. No, I felt so bad for him. I'll get up, and he tried to get up and he stumbled like I think one more time, and then he finally got up, and he spent a long time in that bathroom. He was in the bathroom for a while. He came back, still smelled a little bit of alcohol, and I'll have to deal with it. I mean, poor guy, right? I'd rather be in my situation than in his situation, being drunk on an airplane. The bright side of this situation, guys, is he passed out for the rest of the flight. He just knocked out for the rest of the flight. I will never forget that flight, because I had life lessons learned on that flight, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys like this little story time. I'll try to get the Busan video as soon as possible. I'm actually looking forward to do a lot more story times, because I do have a list of them on my computer. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, bye! Why did I?